Hi, I'm Zoe from DSR and I am on the hunt for the perfect Ducati for me. This is the Ducati Monster Plus. Looks wise, I'm already sold. I think she looks much better than the older Monsters. But most importantly, I'm excited to find out how she rides. I love that some days this is our day job. I'm on the Monster, Matt's on the Multistrada, the V2. Getting closer to that one, Matt. In my hunt for the perfect Ducati for me, I've already been out on the Supersport S and I fell in love. Not only did I really enjoy the engine, I loved just the ergonomics of the bike. It seemed to fit me perfectly. Sometimes I find jumping on bigger litre bikes, you know, litre plus, it just doesn't seem to fit me. I'm stretching for the handlebars, the bike feels too heavy, feels like wearing your dad's clothes, best way to describe it. For me, riding a Ducati and owning one is the riding dream. That's what I envision. Well, that's what I did envision when I started riding, that one day I would be the proud owner of a Ducati. Hence why I want to make sure I get the right one when it comes along. This engine then is the 937 cylinder Testostressor V twin. It's the same one in Matt's V2 Multistrada ahead, and as I said before, it was the same one that was in the Supersport. Awesome engine. The Monster pushes out 111 brake horsepower. And given the weight of this bike dry is 160 kilograms or so, that power to weight ratio is spot on. It's a proper nimble bike. The standard price for the Monster is 11,300, and then you add on a couple of £100 for the Monster Plus, which, as I said, includes this front bit and the rear, for an extra 300. I think it's worth it for the overall styling. As standard, this bike comes with a little dinky TFT dash, comes with a quick shifter up and down. So far so good, very smooth. I'm in sport mode at the moment. There we go, and use the arrows at the top. Oh, the big old arrows. So we've got touring, so let's just see. Urban, oh, that's it. Okay, sport, touring and urban. Three rider modes. Let's pop it in touring and see. There's jeepers creepers. It's a bit of a faff. So if I click it, there we go. Now close throttle. There we go. Touring. Okay. Relax. Oh, definitely smoother. A little less engine braking. You know what, for this road, let's stick to sport. Right, let's get back. Jeepers creepers, let's just enjoy the ride for the moment. I've had easier controls. I can definitely notice coming off the throttle, a bit more engine braking in sport mode. What we like. Feels very nicely into corners. Just feels nice and light. Very comfortable riding position. Just talking about that comfort, that rider comfort then. The seat height is 820. Shorty over here, 8'5". 8'5", gosh. 5'5". I'm not flat-footed, but I'm comfortably both balls of the feet down. It is quite narrow, tank's narrow. I've got a good control of the bike. The seat's fairly comfortable, although I would say I slip down towards the tank quite a bit. But the handlebars are in easy grasp. I'm upright, but I'm not on my tailbone, so actually it's quite a nice little compromise, this sports naked. Oh, I tell you what, I'm getting toasty here. My bum, my legs. Is that the Ducati way? Good news if you're a shorter rider, if you're shorter than I am, there is a lowered seat option. So I think you find this bike is pretty accessible to most people. Let's try again with the rider modes. So push and hold, come up onto the screen, drop down, touring, press again, close the throttle, and I'm now in touring. There we go. A little bit smoother, a little less engine braking, a little bit more docile from the off. If you were struggling with the power, especially given how light the bike is, whack it in touring mode, you'd be absolutely fine. Otherwise we've got urban as the other one. Let's see how that one goes. Close that throttle, open her up. A bit joggery there in fourth gear. Very similar to touring mode whilst I'm in urban. Weaker engine braking, although a bit more than touring mode. I got that wrong, but that's how it feels. Honestly, I hate it when that navs. If he forgets he needs to indicate and let me know. Very clunky in second gear. I'm going 20 miles per hour, I shouldn't really need to drop down to first. But right when you get back in throttle. It's really the kind of road that I would recommend for the Monster. It's not doing a bad job of kind of gliding over the potholes. Suspension's okay. So in terms of the controls, I didn't find it particularly easy changing between modes. I prefer just one button. Happy to come off the throttle, I get that, but I prefer just to click one button, then have to hold, wait for it to come up, scroll down. The dash, on the other hand, yeah, it's a dinky TFT. It's not the fanciest, but I quite like it. It's simple, it's got everything I need. I've been trying to play around with the lights. I don't like that the light is always on or illuminated, but I don't seem to have any other options, because that's... oh no, wait, right now I'm just setting menu, that's not what I want. There's the light, so it's either on or off. No, sorry, lights, blah, 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 blah. They're either full beam or not. But then you've got plus and light there. So this one over here. Oh, there we go. Okay. What happens then if I put them on? Okay, so choose to have them on or off. I don't know if you got any of that gobbledygook. Press this little button here and daytime running are off. You can still push up your lights on your left hand side and get a full beam, or you can go back to your daytime running lights there. Be safe, be soon. Said, didn't I need to get back onto first? Okay, come on. Self-cancelling indicators, always handy. Don't want to be blinking unintentionally. Might give the wrong idea. This bike doesn't let you down with power. When you want to go, so responsive. The V2 does not like being in those lower gears. Very clunky. I kind of thought to begin with it was smooth for a V2, but in reality it's not really. I like the bike a lot. It's just quite buff and ready. I don't mean in finish, like the finished terms. More to do with how the bike feels. Vibrations wise, yeah, I can feel nipples on that throttle there. I can feel it in my hands. Mirrors aren't too bad. I can definitely feel the heat on my bottom. Side note, turns out we need significantly more people to watch our videos so that we can afford the camper van we like. So if you're interested in helping us, please watch some more videos. So I've decided that I need a coffee. Have I really been that grumpy? Oh, how disappointing. See, it just should be able to handle better than that. In second gear. Disappointing. Oh, that bit of air in. Gosh, it's turned into a right scorcher today. We've pulled in. Let's have a little look around the bike. LEDs all around as standard. I've really warmed to that front light. The older models, it's a little bit more circular, wasn't it? Or maybe it was just a circle, but I've never really been a fan of how the Monster looks. But now I'm standing in front of this one. I'm happy to admit that my mind has been changed. Clearly, this is in the red colour scheme. You've also got the option of it in black or metallic grey. All three look pretty good, actually. It is hard to imagine a Ducati not in red. Although, saying that, I love the pearl, but the Monster doesn't come in a pearl. I've got a real pet hate about stock exhausts at the moment. Like a real bee in my bonnet, as it were. When I look at stock exhausts and I just think, why is it that we pay so much money? And you can like see a welding on it. It's all just ugly. Top end over here, I like it. I do like the twin exhaust. I can't help but fixate. Spend so much money and that's what your exhaust looks like. That's what the pipe. Obviously, if you've got a bit more money on top of already spending your money, then you'd switch it out. Whilst we're here, might as well do a little full cheeky exhaust. Sounding good. All in all, a very attractive bike. Thumbs up from me. Oh, desperate to get riding again and get some airflow. Oh, it just looks so dicey. So the question remains, is this a potential contender for when I decide to take the Ducati plunge? Well, in simple layman's terms, yeah, I guess it is. How does this compare to how I found the Super Sport S from last year? Well, the engine I love. It's pokey, yes, it's a little bit clunky down the bottom end, but almost gives a little bit of character. One of those things you probably have to adapt your riding style to. I love the ergonomics. Definitely less pressure on my wrists than the Super Sport had. What I would say in favour of the Super Sport is I just felt a bit more exciting, and I don't know whether that was just because it's a sportier position. Equally, it's definitely got the touring potential for the Super Sport, whereas the Monster doesn't. There's no reasonable way to get bags on this. You're missing a couple of creature comforts like cruise control, or like the option of heated handlebars. But that being said, I love the look of it. I love the weight, the power to weight ratio. The bike's so nimble. In terms of tech, you know, you've got your 3 rider modes. That changes the traction control. It's got wheelie control on again that you can alter if you want to reduce that capacity. So you've got the quick shifter as standard. And of course it's got ABS as well. It's a slipper clutch, which generally makes the gear changes a lot more smoother, especially when banging down the gears quite quickly when coming to a stop. So it's definitely not short of tech. It's not short of go either. It's a contender. It's definitely on the list. I'll have to get out and try the multi-strada for myself. As I said, this one's got the same engine, different platform. Maybe this will be it. Thanks very much to riders, and thanks very much to you for watching. If you do like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. It would be really helpful to the channel. Also, if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you won't miss out on any of our future content. Get my words out eventually. In the meantime, ride safe.